Hey guys, let me let you in on a little secret. You know when I criticize something and I say it's boring, slow, or I'm just not that into it, it doesn't freaking mean that I want no goddamn fights! Oh, let's talk about this.
No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done.
Okay people, so what I'm going to be doing today is something that I haven't done in quite some time. I'm going to be doing a rant video. Maybe we'll call it For Never Rants, because in this one, this is something that I've been holding on to for several years. Several years of me talking about anime and manga on this space, you know, within the confines of this channel. And something that I've always been hit with whenever I had even the smallest amount of criticism in between big action pieces. Like when there's a story and let's just say I feel like something is maybe a little bit slow, I'm uninterested, I feel like it needs more, whatever the case may be. Usually the classic, the golden comeback for that criticism, for that thought, is always, you just want action. Like that's literally the specialty that is always used whenever I have a criticism, because for the most part a lot of people know that I'm pretty like I'm into anime and manga a lot, and I'm rarely that harsh when it comes to criticism, because for the most part I'm here for the ride. And I think always, especially as an anime and manga fan, but just in general in any medium that you love and adore, unless you're specifically coming with the mindset of I'm coming to be critical, you should always put, you know, your enjoyment in there as like the top priority, because we come for anime and manga to enjoy. Like that's the main thing, right? We come here whether it be for escapism, whether it be just to have a good time, whether it be you want to watch some really cool shit, read something awesome, whatever it is, you're coming for enjoyment. However, there is a part of me, especially doing this for this long now, that I do come with a little bit of criticism from time to time, especially for the content of what I'm talking about. Yes, I like to dissect a little bit and give you guys the ins and outs so you guys can get a little bit of a deeper layer than just, yo, this was awesome, or yo, this shit sucks. And usually when there's something slow or uninteresting, I will call it out. I'll say, hey, this needs to be sped up, this is dragging, we need to get something big. And normally I met with, again, like I said, the you just want action. And that's something that we need to get rid of. That whole notion, that idea that if somebody is uninterested in something, or something is genuinely speaking slow pace, that automatically means that that reader or that watcher wants action, because action and great storytelling are far from synonymous. Let me show you an example, right? Let's just say you're driving on the side of the road and you see two dudes brawling it out, right? You're gonna stop, right? You're gonna immediately look and say, yo, what's going on? But that's because we know that for the most part, a brawl of people throwing fists usually is gonna last, what, a couple minutes? 5 minutes is probably the extreme or whatever, but 2 or 3 minutes, somebody's gonna get knocked the fuck out and be out on the street, or they're gonna get broken up or something. A fight in real time doesn't really last that long, right? We know that. Like a fight normally is just a short, quick bout. Sometimes, usually a fight happens within 1 minute. So you're gonna stop, you're gonna look. But now imagine if fights in the real world were like anime and manga and they lasted, you know, 20 minutes, 40 minutes, 60 minutes. Chances are you're gonna eventually say, okay, I don't give a fuck no more. You're gonna walk away. You're gonna drive off. You're not gonna continue to watch after a certain point, because fights without context, without any type of, you know, thought behind it, meaning behind it, is just usually like, oh, it's just dudes punching each other, dudes kicking each other. So now imagine trying to put the logic behind that, hey, a fight without any meaning, without anything behind it, is all that somebody wants, when again, that's not interesting. Like a fight with nothing behind it, no story behind it, no, you know, foreshadowing, no thought behind it, it's just dudes punching each other. I'm not gonna give a shit. If I want some really good storytelling, if I'm feeling like something is slow, why would that automatically equate for me wanting a fight, when a fight without some of that slow shit would be useless? Usually for me, when I say that I'm uninterested in something, something is slow, something needs to be sped up, I'm just not vibing with it, whatever the case may be, is because I want better storytelling at that point. I want something exciting, whether it be throwing in some suspense, some mysteries. That's something that really big is within me. I love mystery and suspense, and I do think that carries a show very often, of having, you know, a suspenseful nature about it. Something, you know, whether it be, again, the man behind the mask of Toby or something like that, as I've referenced before, that is something that will carry a show. But also characterization and character development, that's something huge. But again, if it's just done in a lazy way of, oh, he was scared to jump the bridge and now he did it, like, hey, way. Like, there has to be more to it than that. And again, it has to overall kind of connect to bigger overall arcing things. Not all the time, but sometimes that's something that makes it even grander. So there's way more elements. In fact, honestly, fights are usually just supposed to be the cherry on top. Like, if you go to, like, for example, I've been watching a lot of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure lately. I'm almost done finally finishing off part 5. One of the things is, yes, there's really cool action and fights and things like that, but if you don't get all the detail behind, like, the characters, who they are that you're starting off with, the villains and their abilities and things like that, if you don't get everything behind it, then again, it's just boring and bullshit, and why would you even want that? And let's not start with the fact that, hey, I don't only watch action anime or read action manga. Like, do you think I'd be watching, like, I don't know, an episode of the new Fruits Basket, and I'm looking there like, yo, fam, this shit is kind of lame. I'm tired of hearing about Toru's feelings. I want to see her throw some hands with somebody. Come on, yo. Like, that would be ridiculous, because yeah, again, that's not going to spice things up, and I'm not going to enjoy that, because yeah, I'm not looking for action. I'm looking for some more interesting or exciting storytelling. And I guess that's just something in general that I wanted to cover with this one, is the fact that criticism of something being slow paced, or in general not wanting to see a certain event, doesn't always equate to somebody wanting fights. In fact, I like very little fights, because the less fights, the bigger and more climactic the fights that we do get will be, the more impact they will have. So if there's a lot of build up and setup, as long as it's interesting, suspenseful, keeps me engaged, and also one of the big things, reminds me that there's going to be a major payoff of all this, that if we get that fight, is going to lead to the next big story piece. Something that happened last year in Boruto, a big identity reveal, was something that it was like, holy shit, I wanted the fight just so that I could get that reveal. I didn't really necessarily want the fight itself, although it was a great fight, mind you, but I didn't really care for the fight itself. I just wanted that big plot point to be revealed and move forward into the next big thing. Like, you know, when I get excited for a time skip, it's not that I'm excited for, oh man, as soon as the time skip pops off, it's going to be, you know, fists and shit like that. No, I want to see what the characters have learned, how much have they changed, how they grown, did they not change, did they not, you know, continue to progress and things like that. There's just so many amazing elements to a story, other than, again, for the last time, dudes fighting. But I'm very curious what you guys think about this whole rant, because it does really piss me off. I'm not even gonna lie, it pisses me off whenever I criticize something and people immediately assume that, when it's like, fights are great. I love a great fight, don't get it twisted. Obviously, I read and watch and talk about a lot of battle shonen, but without all of the other interesting elements, it wouldn't make for those fights to actually even be worthy of, like, yo, give me the fights, because you need that story. But I also want that extra story, everything surrounding it, to be exciting, interesting, you know, building, moving forward with everything, not just kind of existing for the sake of story. And if you guys like this little, I guess, I don't know if you call it a rant, because I didn't really rant, I more so just explained myself, maybe a ramble, I don't know. But if you like this and you got any other topics you want me to touch up on, rants or anything like that, definitely let me know. This is one though that I've been having on my mind for a long time. I mean, going back from the days of the Naruto chapters, Dragon Ball Super, some Bleach stuff, whatever it was, I've always heard that whenever I criticize a slower part of the story, that you just want action. No, I want exciting storytelling, and action can come after that. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links, of course, are in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life. Bye. Have an awesome day. Peace in. And no, I do not want no goddamn fights. I want great storytelling. Fights can come after that. Finally got that off my chest. Boy, that felt great. Have an awesome day.